Year 9, it's options time. You are all going to choose between GCSE History and GCSE Geography. Both are great subjects, lots of interesting content, and both will give you the knowledge and skills that you need for the future. So why might you choose history? For me, history is important. History is important about us to help us understand the present, to understand the past and our place in the world, and hopefully one day to help us avoid the mistakes people have made in the past. If you study GCSE history, it will give you key skills both for studying when you leave school and also for life, things like tolerance and understanding of other people and other cultures. But more than that, it's so interesting. You know that I have a passion for history and I want to share that passion with you. At Parkfield, we study the AQA GCSE history course, and that is made up of 4 units. They are examined at the end of year 11 with 2 exam papers. The first paper is called Understanding the Modern World. Understanding the Modern World is made up of 2 depth studies. A depth study is where we study a short period of time, but look at it in great detail. The first of those units is Germany 1890 to 1945. Now, we've already started to look at Germany, the rise of Hitler and life under the Nazis, and that will feed into this course. The second unit is called Conflict and Tension, and it's the interwar years, so looking at the time period between World War I and World War II, but looking at it from the perspective of Britain and the rest of the world, and particularly the League of Nations that was set up to try and stop any future wars. The second paper is more focused on Britain, shaping the nation. The second of the 2 units is another depth study. We study the reign of Elizabeth I, from when she took over with lots of problems and a country that was bankrupt, to the end of her reign when England was the wealthiest country, most powerful country in the world. Great example of girl power, Elizabeth. The final unit is Britain, Health and the People, and that's what we call a breadth study. So it looks at history across time. We start with a foundation in the ancient world, so looking at the Egyptians, the Greeks and the Romans. We then come through into medieval times, the Renaissance era, industrialization and the modern world. We look at things like what people thought caused illness and how they tried to treat illness. And we look at the factors that have influenced that, things like war, religion, science and technology, and government. So where can history take you? History is a really well regarded subject if you want to study further. Colleges and universities love GCSE history because it's a very academic subject and it shows that you have developed good organisation skills, good research skills and good thinking skills. It can also take you on to further careers. A range are shown here, but this is by no means endless. Now, whatever role you go into, it's really important that in our multicultural society that we have an awareness of the past, and that helps us to be more tolerant. So GCSE history helps whatever you choose to do. So what next? You need to think through your plans for the future. If you'd like to find out more about GCSE history or take a look at some exam papers, then pop along and see me or drop me an email. Thank you for your time, Year 9.